Seems you guys are super excited. You can't hear me, right? You know, I actually like the speed of this chat. Everyone's just so very affectionate, I suppose. Let's keep this up. Let's see how long we can retain this speed. But I will tell you now, I'm sure you've already broken my chat. Welcome, novelites and newcomers alike. I am Shiori Novella, and our intro is Shiorin. Welcome to today's lesson on VTuber history. We're gonna be talking about the OGs, essentially, the 4 kings, and so on. See, look at you guys. You've already broken my chat so bad. I don't know how to fix such a thing, but perhaps you don't need fixing. Alright, everyone. I want you to spam hashtag Shiorin on air on Twitter, okay? And you guys can keep making out if you want. I don't mind. I think I can keep up with this. I think I've grown rather used to seeing such displays before me. As I've been watching you for the past, 4 hours, technically. Alright, so let's begin. But first off, how is everyone? How was your day so far? I have been watching you, actually. I've been lurking here while working. I saw you guys just talk about books, and then someone started making out, and then it kind of devolved from there, frankly. But it's okay, I don't mind. Of course, I'm an archiver. I have to archive you guys. I will be keeping pre-chats on all other streams too, so maybe you can make a friend there, who knows? Are you ready? Let's go with something much nicer. Also, thank you for coming here today. So, once upon a time, in a land before basically anything, to be honest, there was no term called VTubing. People just simply wanted to be a PNG or some character, but there was no vocabulary for it. The first ever software that existed actually began in 2014, and it was called FaceRig. Does anyone even know what FaceRig is? Does anyone ever remember such a thing? It is from holy crap, it's been over that long? You guys don't know, some of you know. It seems some of you... Do you know Orange? We'll talk about him later. Don't worry, I will mention him. But wow. Okay, so FaceRig was basically a 3D software. It started out as a 3D software. There were a few mascots included in it. There was like a Doge, a clown. They had DLCs of all sorts of characters. Now the issue here is that people didn't really know how to blend a model. And the file format for this FaceRig thing was a little bit complicated. So unless you had the skill for 3D modeling, you cannot customize your character that well. You might be able to just do color changes, maybe put on a hat, but it wasn't really that as customizable compared to what Vroid is now. You guys are always on fire, aren't you? You were making out earlier. So, FaceRig started out as 3D. Now a year later, it included Live 2D. And this was the very beginning. So Live 2D is... You guys know what that is, don't you? Live 2D is essentially what I am capable of, what I look like, the marionette of people such as I. So with this DLC, that is when things sort of started spiraling. However, the scene was still completely barren in the West, because now the issue is, okay, it was a super niche thing, right? Super niche. You would need the art skills to do that, and then learn how to Live 2D. Oh, Bibu, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the redirect. I saw your truck simulator, and I enjoyed it immensely, along with all your little pebbles. So thank you for the redirect. It's lovely to see you. Please go follow my little pet rock. We're just talking about the history of VTubing right now. Starting off with this FaceRig. So Live 2D occurred as a DLC Perhaps for 10 bucks, it's hard for me to remember. However, there were barely any artists in the scene. No one was there to get commissioned. You would have to learn things yourself. So, it took a lot more time for things to get going. And to be honest, people were kind of rude. They were... I guess they're normies? Is that the proper term? If they saw you with a Doge avatar, they're like, haha, what a furry, essentially. I guess that makes sense back then, because everything takes time, don't they? So, yeah, if you were one of those people, not the normie types, but like the type of person who just want to get into something, there were people who judged for you. They just judged you simply by being a Doge. Speaking of early FaceRig tubers, because the term wasn't quite made yet. One of the early ones that I used to watch was actually Virtual Ichan. I believe they probably still use the software, unless they updated. There's a little bit of a language barrier, but I really enjoyed them. So I'm pretty sure they use FaceRig because the 3D avatar looks very similar to it. FaceRig no longer exists today, by the way. It doesn't exist today. It technically rebranded. They disabled support for it. And it's fair. It's been like over 10 years. Which is a little bit unfortunate. The current software that same company created, it is Animes, correct. I saw someone mention it. Animes is, I think, a subscription-based software. Unless they changed it. It is, I think, $20 a month. But it's, some people don't like subscription stuff. We'll go over to the current modern technology, but going based on the timing, you guys know a little girl who had pink headbands? It looked like, sort of like bunny ears. And she was always like, "Hi, domo!" Kizuna Ai, man, you know, I actually am really happy that chat is still fast. I'm actually able to keep up. Yes, Ichan. Now, regarding Ichan, hi, domo! So, she started in 2016. Now, at this time, streaming was not that common. Streaming was not common. It was all purely videos, skits. And Kizuna Ai, at first when she was created or revealed to the world essentially, people actually thought she was an AI. She was like, is Kizuna Ai an AI? I mean, it's in her name. And people had to correct them or like, no, it's just an anime girl. She just be like this. Yeah, so she coined the term Vtuber. And keep this in mind because this word is very important. Because the terminology has evolved to include a lot more now. It is kind of like an umbrella. So that was the start of things. So she was like, VTuber! And that carried a lot of weight. Now, see, a lot in the West were still pretty freaking clueless on how she was able to achieve such a thing. So far, from our experience, we had Annoying Orange and Ami Yamato. I actually consider them as one of the early VTubers. However, they don't consider them as a VTuber. Ami Yamato is an animator slash vlogger. She does not consider herself as a VTuber to my knowledge. Annoying Orange, I'm pretty sure he did not really care. I personally consider them that. So, out of respect, unless they themselves call themselves as a VTuber, I will not call them that, even though I personally think so. Annoying Orange was technically... Now see, he was technically like a PNG VTuber, if you think about it. But he had like the... Wasn't his eyes and mouth just plastered on? It was kind of creepy, to be honest. I never got into it. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It wasn't a virtual... Well, no, it's kind of difficult to pinpoint at this point. The terminology has evolved so far, to be honest. It has evolved because nowadays you have like PNG tubers, right? And then PNG tubers already existed before, but they didn't call themselves VTubers. It was all because of Kizuna Ai. It was like a whole movement, essentially. So, this is completely debatable. Whatever you believe, I'm completely fine with it. So Kizuna Ai started in 2016. Now, the reason she first became noticed in the West was actually because of Resident Evil 7. She was playing that game. I don't know if she meant to do this, but she started cursing. She's basically saying, without trying to get demonetized in the future, "Haku you!" And people love that in the West. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That clip went basically viral. And she also had an interview with... Well, first she did reply to someone. Can I mention them? Let me ask first. I don't want to cause anything. Can I mention this guy? Okay, she had an interview with someone, and then she also replied to some viral video that was like, "Hey Monica." It was a song. It was also around a DDLC time, I assume. So, okay, it was the anime man, correct. You're correct. And then she also did the reply to PewDiePie. So that helped her popularity here. However, it was still niche. You would think that people would know. No, it's still incredibly niche. So, but thanks to that first thing, there was a giant movement that happened. And you can thank people for this. People like you who kiss their homies. People who take the time out of their day to just talk. Well, not talk, but... Well, they talk to each other. They took time out of their day to translate things. Can you believe it? They learned Japanese just to translate as a volunteer. I really think you guys should thank so many translators. The community subs, exactly, the clippers too. So it was a combination, it was a combined effort of the clippers and translators. Because even if you have a clip, no one's gonna know what the heck is going on besides, "Oh, cute girl," and she's saying happy. So to the clippers and to the translators, thank you. The subtitlers, yes. So from then on, there were, at this time, community subtitles. YouTube still had that. They also had annotations. So people used to make some sort of like text adventure, except it was a video adventure. So they would go... I think Markiplier is a good example of this. You have like a series or something, and then you could just click on an annotation and it leads you to your preferred choice. Do you guys remember such a thing? The good old days, yeah. Man, and then annotations for things like, it was kind of like the Nico Dugga sort of thing, where someone has a video and then someone puts an annotation and then another person puts an annotation and it goes crazy. And honestly, some people did abuse it, but it was just so wild for the time. So yeah, annotations were, I think they were removed, along with community subtitles in, I'm going to assume 2019 to 2020 is between those two dates. And that screwed up a lot of channels, to be honest. People who relied on community subtitles, it screwed up a lot of them. Now, it doesn't stop people from helping, but you actually have to find a way to communicate with a person and then send your SRT file. And there's just a whole lot of mess. SRT, I think they also call it the ASS file. It's .ass. That is the actual file format for some things. So you would have to get in touch with the subtitlers. Now, beyond that, besides Kizuna Ai, you had what was essentially called the Four Heavenly Kings. That is what we used to call them. Now, it's a little bit funny because there was technically, they always kind of competed for the spot. Not on purpose, possibly, but it was just, the numbers were just so close that they kept pushing each other in and out and all that stuff. So, the Four Heavenly Kings are technically debatable on when you show up, but I'm just gonna name a few. So naturally, Kizuna Ai is one of them. Mirai Akari, you are correct. And then, Paglia Luna, there was Noja Loli, and You could consider Shiro the dolphin. She's still around, by the way. It's pretty freaking amazing. And then I'm gonna throw in a lot of names here. Whether you realize them, it's hard for me to say. But these are not part of the 4 Heavenly Kings at this time. But Hina, super cool. Love their music. There was Nobunaga, I believe. And then I guess we're just like switching up to the English side, but this is like a completely different territory. One of the first ones to actually be shown in the West was Hanjo TV's Mia-san. And she was pretty cool, honestly. I liked her stuff. So in those 4 Heavenly Kings, they were essentially like the top tier, right? And they were always, except for Nojaloli, I think, they were essentially the peak. And they were the sole talent. They were the sole breadwinners. Yeah, Paglia Luna. Romito-san, I did not hear her considered as the 4 Heavenly Kings. However, she was very popular. In fact, she was part of like an anime show. It was called Virtual San wa Miteiru, the virtual real anime show. But that includes a lot of people who are super well known, and you can look it up. It is a lot of like skits. It's kind of hard to describe, to be honest. But these were like the OGs essentially. So, starting from there, you're probably wondering about like things like the technology. So this is just my thinking based on what I used to search up, because I was so very curious about the technology, right? So actually, I want you to guess. What technology do you think they used? They were all 3D. It was not FaceRig. Let me just make that clear. It was not FaceRig. A majority of them were 3D. You know, you are kind of right on Unity. MMD is a valid option. They did technically use that. They did use a form of motion cap. It was not VR chat though. Now they could do VR chat for meet and greets, but aside from that, that was essentially it. Now, they did have an MMD model. It was just like the typical format for things. And there, I believe they converted to a different format. Just by assumption, because this was like the wild the half of the hemisphere. But I think they still use VRM. So, VRM is a very special file format. It is what VTubers use nowadays. It is probably related to the skeleton. It's different from like your typical Blender stuff. It's hard for me to describe. Yeah. So remember, VTubers tend to be in VRM format. They start off as an FBX or OBJ. Sorry, this part is probably boring for you guys though. Yeah, the way the skeletons are, it's just different. It gets processed differently. So in terms of technology, my assumption, let's go with baby assumptions first. People thought it was Kinect, right? The Microsoft Kinect, and I've tried it. I actually did try it. Now, Kinect technically works, but it is incredibly inefficient. I've tried it with MMD, and the way it works is it records your movement, right? But every single point that it fails to recognize, for example, it stutters. And what you have to do, it records everything in dots. So each frame is a dot. And you're gonna have to clean out all those frames. It was just very, very inefficient. However, some people did use it for animation because VR chats and all that technology was just not there just yet. It was incredibly painful, yes. So, moving on from Kinect. What exactly was around there? You say VR chat, but think about it this way. VR chat would have to be like a separate company they have to go through and all that stuff. And VR chat, it has some security things every now and then, which is why people don't upload their models there at times. Because once you are in the same room with anyone, that is a security flaw or just a possible security risk, essentially. So, but there were people who did VR chat. The VR chat tubers, I guess. Now, the other thing. What do you think people used for the big four? What technology What technology do you guys think? It was a form of motion capture studio. That is correct. So, I believe it was perception neuron. Perception neuron was technically like the very first that I'm aware of. It was complicated. The neurons are very fragile, and I think based on just what I've heard, because I never tested it myself, you kind of need a team for it. You need a team to help you put on things, make sure everything's right, and you can't be too close to electronics. That one's a little bit iffy. Not too familiar. But the theory was that, like, the neurons would fry if you're too close to something. That's just based on what some people say. You need a team for that, though. Those neurons, super sensitive, probably extremely hard to replace. And then I'm pretty sure that's what a majority used. They probably used it with Unity. It's just my theory, because Unity was like the king at the time. And nowadays, I believe Unity and Unreal Engine are the popular two, at least in terms of VTubing. Unreal Engine is getting a lot of what's the term? Headway? Is that the term? It's getting pretty good. It's optimized by default. Unity is still pretty good though. I'm gonna stick with Unity. Now, besides that, one of the earliest VTubing shows. Now, you guys probably are already aware. There is a Kizuna Ai anime about VTubers. I think I watched the first 2 episodes. I thought it was cute. But that was not the first VTuber anime. It was the virtual real anime show. Now, this one was a little bit hard to understand for the West. And the reason is simply because of the cultural differences. Now, Japanese skits are... It's kind of culture-based if you really think about it. There are things that some people will not understand, such as the references of other people, the slapstick comedy, in the same way that the audience in the East does not understand. It's like satire, sarcasm. That's the term. Yeah. So for the West side, when we first heard of this, we didn't know what was going on. They were kind of like shorts in a way. It was very strange. Oh man, I love Gintama. Absolutely love it. Gosh, that anime helped me through so much. Yeah, kind of like Gintama. But see, Gintama had like the little... You're right. They had a lot of trivia that I sometimes didn't understand, but I just liked the way everyone was just broken in some way. Kinda like me, I guess. Now, let's talk about technology that was available for most of us. So we already talked about FaceRig. The thing with FaceRig, it was at the time, technology wasn't as optimized yet, right? And it was incredibly new software. So what happened was there were some things, some features that would show people's face cam if they accidentally clicked on something. And so there's just one VTuber that was using it, but everyone was pretty nice about it, to be honest. But I just remember seeing that. It worried a lot of people, to be honest. I don't know if they fixed it. I assume they did. But that was just one of the prime early softwares. Moving from FaceRig, however, there was stuff like Preteen and Wakaru. Those two are super early. Now, this is still the same issue with the fact that no one really knew how to model. 3D modelers, the way you see it on X or Twitter, they were not common. They were extremely hard to find. You would have to do things yourself. So even though those sites exist, there was no way you could probably customize something of yourself unless you learned the required skills. Also, from what I remember for Wakaru, you actually had to convert stuff in Unity as well, so that turns a lot of people away. Now, the debut of LUPPET was... It is essentially prototype VC Face in a way. It is before VC Face's time. And VC Face is a very popular software that everyone uses. Does anyone remember LUPPET? So the thing about LUPPET is that you can only find it on Booth. And that is I guess like a foreign website is the best way to term it. You can only find it on Booth. It was extremely obscure. How people found it, don't know. But there was a price limit on it, so people bought it, of course. But because it wasn't free, some people still had that threshold to not becoming a VTuber. So LUPPET was essential in those days. However, guys, what certain studio allows you to customize your own avatar? Are you guys aware of this? I want to see what you're able to guess. VTube Studio, not yet. It's actually Vroid. Vroid came before VTube Studio. So, Vroid Studio at its prime, first off, there was no translation. It used to be just Japanese. You had to guess what there was, but people started making things with it. So the default model, gosh, you know, the people who made Vroid Studio, God, I loved them so much. If it wasn't for Vroid Studio, you would not see the first coming of VTubers in the West. At least in my opinion. Because anyone could make a VRM file now. Anyone could make a model. You could make a model now too. The bar has grown so low, it was dropped, okay? It was dropped. So Vroid was the first coming of the VTuber wave. And then there were also things like presets. Presets of hair, textures, and they put that on Booth. You are essentially a living, breathing doll. Yeah, Vroid is definitely the GOAT. It did help so many people. Now, moving on from LUPPET, because that had a price on it, there was a software made by Virtual Beat and Emiliana, and they created VC Face. VC Face is probably, most likely, what a lot of people use, and it has gone through such a long way, honestly. It has been such a long way. From the very basic to just like import something. There's no 52 blend shapes at this time. There wasn't even hand tracking to begin with, I think. But over time, it added the hand tracking. It added what is called the VMC Protocol. Now, VMC Protocol is extremely, I'm gonna slap this, extremely important to my career. You guys don't know what VMC Protocol is, but it essentially allows you to become a marionette. It's literally my favorite. I mean, anyway, I'm getting excited. This thing is just like so fun for me, so do forgive me. But so there was leap motion added onto it. 52 blend shapes. That increases your expressions essentially. Gosh. When 52 blend shapes were first, like, unveiled, everyone was just, like, shocked. They were the Pikachu shocked face. And then, what else was there? Oh yeah, so, if you could use Unity, you could also, like, upload things to it. Gosh, I freaking love Unity. So all those softwares helped create the scene. And then, you know what happened after VC Face? This is the other studio you yelled about. So, go ahead and yell it now. You should know this one. This is what a majority of people use. I want to see it. I'm waiting for it. I saw it. Good job, Kese. VTube freaking Studio. VTube Studio is just... A lot of people prefer Live 2D. Because there's like less issues, I guess. Also, because the threshold for just like learning it, in terms of using it, was not as high compared to 3D stuff. So VTube Studio was extremely important in the early scenes. And all you needed was a webcam. It started out free. It is still free. And you just had to pay like $10 to remove a watermark. That is literally it. A DLC that is optional, you know, most people probably just crop out that the little avatar, right? And then, like, it's free. It's free. Like, wow! And then there's a workshop for it and everything, and they just recently released a, what's it called? A collaboration DLC. And you know, they definitely deserve that money. So, that's super cool, and the workshop's just phenomenal. Now, when VTube Studio started being a thing, and now that Vroid Studio was a thing, the Twitter space went wild. They were like, oh no, I can make my OC! And OCs they definitely made. They made a lot of OCs. So people started getting more jobs from this. They started taking live 2D commissions, they learned rigging, they had art talent, they used it. They had 3D modeling talent, they used it because 3D models are still quite popular, more popular now than ever. Oh, but it's just so wild seeing how the technology has grown, because based on my archive history, based on what I've seen with my own 2 beautiful eyes. Yeah. So the community for the West, it was literally such a tiny place. So much so that anyone could recognize anyone. It was that small. It was that close, actually. So, think of it as this little tiny village. And it's freaking cold, so... There was probably less than like 200 people, I think. Most likely. It's freaking cold, guys. Holy crap. So, actually, no. Screw this. I'm keeping it off. So, it went from a tiny community. Like, think of it as a school club, an after-school club. And then, over time, there was like a new member showing up, and people would actually greet them. They're like, hey, you're a VTuber now! Wow! Come join my server. Subscribe. They didn't really self-promote, but people used to hang out, actually. It was very interesting. It was a different time. Like, you would know who a new face... You would know who the new face is. It was just that obvious. And then if there were like, I guess if there were a bad seed, for example, people just knew them. It was that small. Like, oh yeah, this person. They did stuff I didn't like. They would not kiss their homie in front of me. It was interesting, honestly. It used to be so small. Which is something you never want to hear. But in this term, I thought it was adorable. It was like a close family community, if that makes sense. It's scandalous. Who crashed this car anyway? But it was a tight-knit group. And now it has grown. Actually, you know, there's supposed to be more that happens here. There's supposed to be more. I'll have to show you some other time then. But everyone was very kind. They would... Oh, there you are. That's what I was looking for. People were basically learning, right? And they were sharing their knowledge on like content creation. Everyone's basically having fun. It was a hobby because the viewers and all that stuff, they were so incredibly like, they don't even know what a VTuber is. That was how it worked. VTubing was, oh hello puppies. VTubing was, it was like a small club essentially. Only people who really saw the Kazuna eye clips and all that stuff were able to say like, yeah, this is VTubing alright. I want to share my VTuber Oshi. No one even used the term Oshi. That's them chasing after a mailman again. No one used the term Oshi back then. It was a concept that wasn't really popular in the West until hololive actually. Or at least like until more people started showing up. But back then, no one said like, oh yeah, you're my Oshi. No, they just said like, oh yeah, you're pretty cool. I like you. I like you. I like your content. That was it. And now you have this big, sprawling city. Oh man, this is such a pretty ass background. Oh. It's a big, sprawling city of just content creators having fun. And content creation, honestly, is is quite a journey. Because when you first start out, like, you don't really know if you'll make friends. And there's also the fact, like, you don't know what people start out for. You don't know their reason. A majority just really want friends, or they're trying to overcome their social anxiety. For me, personally, so why I started learning and archiving people who create stuff, it was because I was meant to be a different role from my life. I was supposed to be trained to lead the Yakuza. The Yakuza is still quite loyal to me, however. But I did not take up the role of essentially syndicate. So, instead I got brought into an archiver by a mysterious organization. And my childhood was quite of an odd one, to be honest. So first off, my bedroom was just like 4 white freaking walls. I slept in front of mirrors. I hated it, by the way. The only like good thing that I really liked was I was able to collect dolls, and I surrounded myself with dolls. So when I woke up, there was actually a doll, like 3 or 5 dolls on my nightstand to my left, and then there were more dolls to my other nightstand to my right, and then I slept in front of a giant like vanity mirror, right? And that was like across the room. Okay, and guess what? The vanity mirror was also full of dolls. So that was essentially my strange it's not a ward, guys. It's just a regular room. It's how you do archival training. And then the first thing that I've ever archived was actually a story on Bloody Mary. And I was about a child. They were training me to archive things that would spook regular human children. So I read Bloody Mary, and I actually believed it. It was an urban legend. Not the... Well, I mean, she's also a real person, honestly. But the urban legend of Bloody Mary scared the crap out of me. Because I slept in front of a mirror. So I feared that if I said... Bloody Mary... Bloody Mary... Bloody Mary... If I said that, she might appear. And she might grab hold of me and do all sorts of things that are stabby. And not the scissor stabbing that I like. So, because of this, every time I went to sleep, I actually slept with the covers on top of me. I refused to leave my covers. I would just bundle up in there. I would not let any ounce of my skin show. I didn't care if it was 100 degrees or like 150 degrees. I refused to leave. I refused to leave. I hid everything. Even my toes. So none of the girls can like it now. So, okay, so this habit was a little bit bad, to be honest. It's just an example. But I actually suffocated a few times, I think. I'm not really sure if it's true suffocation. I don't know for sure, but it could have been, I think, sleep paralysis. Or maybe, so when you're growing up, your residual lung volume is different. Like, you start off small, right? You kind of need all that oxygen. Well, I slept with a bunch of covers on top of me because I was so scared of Bloody Mary. So, I took the risk of suffocating in my sleep than being exposed in the night. It's okay, I'm fine now. I mean, I'm alive. I've died multiple times, but I'm nice. You know, I'm like cool about it. So I kept this up, essentially, until I grew a little bit out of it, and then, like, even if I sleep under the covers now, I don't think I suffocate anymore. I think it was either sleep paralysis or I really truly was suffocating. It's hard to guess, to be honest. Because I think with sleep paralysis, your mind is awake, right? But you can't move. You can't move, but your mind wants to move, and sometimes I feel like you stop breathing. Has anyone had that happen to them? Why you just... I couldn't move the mirror. The archival organization refused to do it. They gave me the room. I had no choice. The only thing they let me have were the dolls, essentially. You guys did have sleep paralysis, see? Is it sleep apnea? I don't think so, because my mind would be conscious. And, like, I just wake up to utter blackness. And then, I would have to fight and tell my body to just move. Man, you know, now that I think about it, my childhood was kind of screwed up. Okay, so I'm just... Man, if I tell you guys this, you're just gonna say I'm more broken. I might as well tell you now. Yeah, I might as well tell you now because I think we've caught up with the majority of the OG VTubing. I summarized it to the best that I could. It is just but a crash course after all. Oh, unless you want me to go into technology. But for technology nowadays, for 3D, we got like Rococo, Xsense, we got Mocapi. Mocapi's interesting. You also have VR, but the thing with VR is that like it hurts sometimes if you have motion blur. Oh, am I really broken? I have to admit, I was surprised you kept saying fix me. I have to admit, I didn't really understand why. You want tech talk? Okay, I'll share more stories about me later. Don't worry, you'll have plenty of time with me. In fact, I think my stories might be related to bugs, but... So, Rococo was like what came after... Perception Neuron. It was the first thing to show up. Rococo was a lot more... I think it was a lot more affordable, at least for the time. Xsense is like the most not as easily affordable, but it's probably like the most high-tech, I assume. Yeah, Rococo is a suit. So the way Rococo works, based on what I've studied... I think... This is just from what I remember, but I think Code Miko was the one like who really showed off its capabilities for Rococo. Man, Code Miko is pretty amazing. She's incredibly talented and smart because I saw her setup. She knows all this game stuff, this game dev knowledge, and she utilized it for VTubing. So that was pretty neat. Yeah, we wore Huamoko as our suit. But for people who are incredibly knowledgeable about tech stuff, I applaud them. I think it's neat. So for Rococo, you have the suit, but instead of neurons, they have more like sensors, and the sensors are more likely to go on all of your pivot points. I think that's the best term. So for example, I want you to do that thing where you like show off your buff arms, like raise them up left and right. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like show off your biceps. Show off the biceps. So, oh yeah, those are the joints. So your elbow's a joint. Even your wrist is a joint. Yeah, oh wow, what muscular arms you guys have. How very cute. And then, for your legs, can you show me your leg day? I want to see if you've been working out your legs. Show me them. So for the legs part, the joint would be at your kneecap, possibly at your little... The patella, essentially. The patella of your foot. And then near your butt, near your gastrocnemius. Actually, no, not near your gastrocnemius. Near your gluteus maximus, essentially. Like, think of a doll. So all those points have something on them, and it gets sent to the software, and then you are essentially marionetting yourself. You want me to show my legs first? Did you really just ask that of me? I guess we could. Here, since you've been so good to me. You may have my shoes, because I've seen quite a lot of comments desiring me to step on them. So, Rococo. The thing about Rococo is that you need to use their software. I think there's a little bit of a subscription-based thing, but don't quote me on that. Not too familiar. I'm pretty sure there is. And you need a little bit of knowledge on it. So there's a little bit of a threshold for it. It's not just like, just download and then just hit a button and that's it. Although it could be. The more knowledge you have, the more it helps. Do you guys want to screenshot this and put this on Twitter? You're more than free to. You guys are so cute. Alright, that's enough for now. Am I enabling you? And now, Xsense! So Xsense! Man, I actually like to see Xsense like dancing videos. The one where they're like using what's that? Twisted Wonderland? The Twisted Wonderland? And there's this guy who's like, he's like the Queen of Hearts, but he's like the gender bent version, right? Do you guys know Twisted Wonderland? What's his name? Frick, I cannot remember. That one guy. But my iPad cannot run Twisted Wonderland. Maybe I can run it now. Gosh, I wish they just made an Otome game of it. Oh man, in the future, I kind of hope to make like a game like that too. Maybe not like, I probably can't program this in myself, frankly. But if you ever want to make a game of me, I would be so honored. I would be so happy. I'm just so amazed that anything related to game dev stuff. Because, so, I tried to make RPG Maker games before, okay? This was like my early cringe. And my reason for it, you know what? It was so I could make my OCs. I fangirl really hard. So all my skills I actually learned from, not exactly like from, but like the beginning of RPG Maker. Because naturally when people make RPG Maker games, they just like use the default assets, right? Well, I tried to just like go a little bit beyond that. I don't have art skills in my opinion. I do have graphic design though, I guess if you could call it that. So what I did was, I just took like, I did the colors a little, you know, I used commercial free, yeah, assets that you can use, and I shrunk them, and then I made it into like a tile set. So that is actually how I learned like photo editing skills. It was because of RPG Maker, and then I tried to make my OCs, and then I tried to make husbandos in the game, and it made no sense because you know what? I'm still the one scripting what the husbandos say. But if you know, maybe someday I'll commission sprites of me, and I'll share that with you guys if you want. Oh, or you can make it yourself, and then you can make an RPG Maker game of me. but the first game I tried to make, I wanted to make like a supernatural ghost hunting game, right? So you go to school, and then there's gonna be like a mystery to solve each day or like each week. And then there's like characters you can get close to, and they're gonna help you solve mystery. And well, this was when I had no money, so I could only use the trial version of RPG Maker at that time. But I had a friend, and I enlisted them to help me, and we were just like, we would fangirl over anime guy pictures that we could just find on Google Images. It's like, yeah, this is my ideal husband type, is what she would say. And like, oh, this is mine. And then we wrote their personalities, and we had like the whole thing set up. And we were gonna do like an affection system. So if you answer right, well, cool. If you answer wrong, that's okay too. But yeah, and like the school, the academy was gonna be called Azalea Academy. And then there was like all these archetypes, because girls love archetypes, right? The same way that you probably love archetypes. Oh, anyway, I'm just being excited about things, so forgive me. I get really passionate. Man, don't even get me started about Sherlock Holmes. I will go into a rant if he's like non-canon or not close enough. But man, I wish I finished that. I started on it. So that's how I started transcribing music, by the way. I started transcribing music for my own game, and I made like piano songs for it. I made piano songs, and it was just like a little loopable BGM. Well, for someone who had like no money and was essentially baby, I think I did a pretty good job. And then the second attempt of creating something, I think I wanted to make something related to cannibalism. Don't ask why. Don't ask why. I don't even know what I was thinking. But that was like my test, you see. That was my test. I was like, okay, just like one cute anime character that you could talk with, and then you cannibalize at some point. I also researched cannibalism too. Do you guys, well, am I allowed to talk about it in this stream? Like, you know, we were supposed to talk about VTubing history. I mean, I guess at this point, this is my VTubing history, huh? Well, I was curious. I'm an archiver, guys. Don't you just have, like, morbid curiosities at times? Don't you? I'm history. Yeah, this is my history now. Okay, you know what? Let's do a poll on here. Without saying the word, let's see. I'm gonna do a poll. Can the should we talk about cans? Actually, let me ask for permission because I will go into detail. Can we talk about can we talk cannibalism? I'ma wait just to be safe. I don't want to get bonked so early. Unless you want to bonk? No, don't. So, moving on from that topic. Then I made like a third game. This one was like a lot more wholesome, but this was based on like I guess you got isekai'd, honestly. You got isekai into a world and there was this whole lore. Basically, the queen of that world is called a doll because oh man, this girl loves freaking dolls. I do love dolls, you know. So what got me into dolls in the first place, I watched this Asian horror movie. And like this girl, she gets invited into a spooky like mansion. Don't know why she accepted. She probably wanted to be in a horror movie. And then what happened was the people who lived there were actually dolls that were posing as human. And for some unknown strange reason, I think they had some sort of what's it called? Like hatred. Like a hatred for people who abandoned them as dolls. But then this one girl, one doll in particular, she was like, I remember this girl saved me from getting crushed over by a car. And that is where she got the scar. And then from there, I thought like, man, I should be nicer to dolls. I guess it's like Toy Story, but Asian and horror. So I thought I should start getting into dolls and I'll treat them all nicely. I actually do like Monster High dolls, but I never collected it. I was more into the creepy kind of dolls, like porcelain dolls that you find at this very strange store in the middle of an alleyway. And then when you buy the doll and you leave the store, you turn around and there's no store anymore. It was just an alleyway. That's sort of dolls I like. I like to get them from secondhand stores. It sounds sketchy? No. Shiorin sketch over there at the bottom right. Man, I was quite fascinated about it. I just love porcelain dolls. And then I wanted to get into ball-jointed dolls. However, so for ball-jointed dolls way back then, man, I guess it's the end of our VTubing history stream, huh? So, for ball-jointed dolls, it was extremely niche. As most things are. Way back then, you would have to go on very specific sites for it, and it would cost like $200. Yeah, they're expensive. Now, there are like, they're not like authentic jointed dolls. I'm not too familiar because I've stopped keeping track. I just like dolls. But there's like some on Amazon. They might be like resin cast? Is that what a term is? They still cost like $300? Holy crap. In hololive's history, we can. I'll touch very basics on it because you guys should probably know hololive's histories by now. You've had time. So, if we're gonna go back into VTubing, so I think what's amazing with hololive and whatnot is that there was a transition in a way. So things way back then and the original stuff, it was really one breadwinner. It was one breadwinner and they had to do like all the recording, right? And then there was like the whole team behind it with like the video editing and all that stuff. Maybe even scripting, it's hard to say. But it was a lot of burden on that one talent. So example like Kazuna Ai, she had a lot of things to do. Because primarily back then, it was all video skits, right? Yeah, it was all like video skits. So it was just like video after video. And YouTube was a very different scene. And I just think it's amazing. I know it's like based on idol stuff, like you have like the whole gen stuff. I just thought that was neat. Because in terms of like VTubing, you didn't see that stuff way back then. You were just like so used to single talents. And they did... Everything was on their shoulders. A lot of stress. Man, Sora is definitely a Chad. Sora, like, my good god. Thank you for your hard work and to all that you've done for this company. And everyone else in hololive, it is all thanks to the building blocks that you guys have made that me and Avin are even like here right now. I just think it's like, it's touching. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? Like, it's like everyone in, what's the term? They put a bit of their soul into it. They put a lot of their soul into it. A lot of time, effort, hard work, tears, probably like stress every now and then. And they kept going for years. And now, like, look, hololive is in the West. Back then, there were like companies, corporations, they didn't really exist in the West. They did not. The first one that I personally was aware of was really just Hanjo TV, and they were more of single talent stuff, and they were promoting Japanese tourism. Super cool channel, by the way. I like it. And then from then on, like, you got like, thanks to technology as well, you got like a lot of the indie scene, and then thanks to, well, not really thanks to COVID. I don't want to say thanks to that, but people started flocking and taking the opportunity to come here during that time, because like there was a lot of time, I guess. And it's interesting because like, it's, what year is it in this world? Forgive me, I travel so many books, I lose track of time. But it's this year now, and it's so wild because do you remember that time where like people just, they wear masks and people were just stuck, and now we're like, it's okay now, guys. You can go out there and kiss your homie in front of that store, in the middle of the street, anything you want. So, I think it's just interesting. And you know, history is just gonna keep going, and I hope that we can all make wonderful memories together. So, I won't go too much into the streaming side of things, simply because like it is a lot. It's a big scene now. Man, it's just so interesting though. It used to be so tiny, so minuscule, so you guys used to be so adorable. Sure, it may have been a tiny community, but you know, it was a very lovely community. And I am glad that I have been able to witness such a thing, because I am here now to tell everyone the stories of how things used to be and the way things are now. And you guys are part of this history, you know? You are here today, making history of just, I guess, just existing and kissing homies. You know, actually, I have to admit, guys, I didn't expect you to start making out in pre-chat today. I did not expect it. I was actually laughing. I found it it was cute. It was adorable. You guys just started like smooching your homies. Oh, by the way, we're still not in slow mode, huh? I can keep up with this, so it's actually not that hard. Come closer? Are you sure? I'm just here to watch you kiss your homies, but I'm thinking about it. Let me do a poll. Should I come? Okay. Here's the poll. Go vote for it. I wonder which one's gonna win. Wow, it was immediately like 91% there. Oh, what do you mean it's a rigged poll? I don't know what you're talking about. Did I use console commands? Is that what happened? No. Oh, but see, everything is an illusion of choice. What about who picked no? Well, Oh, let me drink some water. Oh, and then we'll talk about cannibalism, but very light details. Very light details, don't worry. I don't know anything like graphic. So, let me drink some water. Alright. Nah, I want more water. Alright. Plenty lubricated. It's a lot of water? No. Nah, I can take all of it. Alright, it seems as if the answer is yes. Wow. I'm honestly surprised. I didn't know. I didn't think you guys would say yes. So I suppose I can come closer, but only up to the eyes, okay? So what am I supposed to do now that I'm close? You want to be perceived? What did you do last summer? I feel like you did something. It was probably something you're not supposed to share. But will you share with me in the class today? You guys are cute. Oh! Alright! Cannibalism. Is that okay with you guys? Don't worry, it's just very light stuff. So, I don't know why. I was probably just bored one day, thought, might as well look into this. So I did. All I know is that depending on where you live actually, that determines your diet because of like probably the chemicals going into food and whatnot. And then just from my reading alone, but I cannot confirm, also based on an interview of someone I archived who happened to like eating things people don't normally eat. According to him, he said that Europeans tend to taste like pork. And then, I guess the chicken thing wasn't really that common, huh? And then firefighters do not like bacon. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. It is related to the smell of things. So, but then I wanted to make a game. It wasn't even gonna be like anything like that bad. I was just gonna do like a short game, like, oh, you're stuck in a cabin with someone. What if you gotta eat each other to live? It was stupid, okay? I was cringe. Maybe I'm still cringe. What did I search? I just wanted to know what people tasted like. That was it. That was really it. Let her cook? Oh man. Oh, you know, I took quite a long time to learn how to cook. It's actually quite easy. I didn't really practice before, to be honest. I just never bothered. But you guys are gonna make fun of me for this. I don't really mind though. So in my youth, I had a toaster. It was a toaster that served my family for generations. And this toaster, little Shiori, let's just call her little Shiori so you do not judge me hard. I put, naturally, a toaster toast, right? So you put bread in there. But see, bread usually is the slice kind, the flat one. Little Shiori wanted her potato bread. And instead of using, for example, an oven toaster or those it's some other sort of oven thing, she shoved them into the toaster. And while the little toaster that could toasted things, she started smelling a burning smell coming out of it. And she thought, is it toasting right? Should I try to kind of wiggle it a little so it doesn't burn? So this version of Shiori, she took a knife or a fork. Either way, it doesn't matter. It was metal. And she reached inside to stab the bread to kind of wiggle it around, and then there was a spark that happened. There was a little bit of a spark, which she did not seem to care. But she was not hurt. However, the little toaster that could, it no longer could. It no longer could. And she thought, oh dear, how will I explain this to my parental units? And then the next day, After eating some darn good freaking potato bread that was nicely toasted with a slight bit of burning, her parents came up to her and I asked, "You know, this toaster has been around for quite a long time now. I guess it was only a matter of time for it to not toast anymore." And Shiori smiled, and she looked at them with a straight face. She said, "Yeah, that makes sense. It's been here for like years." And they said, "Yeah, we're gonna get a new one. It's gonna cost us money, but you know, toasting." So, yeah, I guess I destroyed my toaster before. I was totally a child when I did this. Let's just say I was a child, please, so you don't get too hard. Oh, and then, you know, later on, Shiori learned that when something finishes toasting, you can actually see, like, the reason I used knives and forks on bread was because I didn't know you could just use the tab and put it all the way up, and then the toast would be like, it would just be right there. You don't have to reach in and stab into it. My bread was like never all the way up, so I would always just use a freaking knife when it was done toasting, of course, and stab into it. You did that too. See, you know how it feels. I might have used scissors too, to be honest. Oh, there was a Twitter comment actually. I posted a picture of me like eating with scissors, right? I did that again today, by the way. I was actually debating on tweeting like, "I did it, guys. I ate today." But I don't know. It seems kind of too pathetic. I know I'm. I kind of struggle with appetite sometimes, so just being able to eat today was kind of like nice. So that's why I felt kind of happy about that. But anyway, so someone asked like, "You should use a knife instead of scissors. That elevates things." Smiling like, "Yeah, I've already used that before." I shower. I'm actually kind of obsessed with showering. I probably ought to not to. I have to stop myself from showering. I just like feeling the water on my skin and all that. It feels nice. The knife makes more sense. My Oshi. Well, frankly, I was there for a Risa stream and she was talking about her Oshis. I'll just be honest. Like, I love Advent. I did not know how things would work out. I don't understand humans. I'll be frank. I have to study you guys to understand you. I'm an archiver, for crying out loud. I am dealing with character archetypes and just trying not to be unalive in the story. For me to properly archive things, I have to witness everything 100% correctly. Nothing can go wrong. If it does go wrong, it becomes non-canon, and then the archiving has failed. That will not be safe for the next generation of your world. So, for me to actually be a character in my story, and to see you guys just be, I guess NPCs? I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't understand. But I freaking love Advent. I'll be honest. I love my gen mates. We had a lot of time together. If we acted awkward in the collab, that's funny. But everyone's amazing, and I love Advent, so they're my Oshis. They're my Oshis just by default. For people that, let's see, whose work ethic I really admire, man, Mori's abilities with music and just like popping things in and out, very commendable, very commendable. So I really like Mori as well. And then Ame has the technology desire. She wishes to learn, and I am here to teach, should she need it. But honestly, I could just go on about like everything I like about everyone. But for my Oshis, sorry guys, it's Advent. I like everyone. I hope that I get to know people more. I'm incredibly introverted though. When I first met my gen mates, unsurprisingly, they thought I was like distant, cool, aloof. Actually, even the hololive people thought I was like that. We had a whole spreadsheet, right? They were like, what's she like? Shiori's kind of scary. She's kind of hard to read. I think She might pull out the scissors again. And then they're like, she seems so calm. She's got this. She's not even nervous about debut. What's wrong with her? But yeah, everyone seemed kind of intimidated by me in a way, or like they just didn't know how to read me, and that makes sense. That makes total sense. It doesn't surprise me. I've simply just been like this for a lot. Well, why is everyone screaming? Is it my voice? Did I do a deep voice? Shiori can't communicate. did my voice change or something? It did? Sexy voice? How? Is it like this if I talk to Steve? Actually, you guys will have to give me a timestamp, please. I really don't know what voice you guys. She's like us? A sexy voice like this? Is this what you're talking about? Is this the voice that you have been desiring all this time from me? To step on you, to demean you? Eh? Really? Wow. Okay. I didn't expect to do it. All of the voices are nice, thank you. I'm glad. So, VTubing history, huh? I guess it went over our head by now. I just go into tangents. Well, I guess if you want more of this deep voice, you're just gonna have to come back for more, I suppose. You like the normal voice? Well, I mean, everything's my voice. Speaking of, man, I wish I could do more voices. I'm gonna have to train my vocal stamina. Hydrate. You'll come back? Well, I hope so. Is it just chatting stream? Hey! We could do a test. Do you want to do a test? Shall we? Alright, how about this? The first software that first gave rise to the idea of VTubing. It was released in 2014 to 2015. What is it? Oh, you didn't study. Do I need to give you detention? Oh, good job. I can snake. I saw FaceRig. If someone said it before, I do apologize, but know that you have my full attention right now. Good job. You did FaceRig. Live 2D, I mean, you're not wrong. You are technically correct, so don't worry about that. Shrek. It's all ogre now. Animes is the, I guess, like, technically the re-debut of FaceRig, so. Should I? That would be a fun stream, wouldn't it? A detention ASMR? Oh. Is my voice that... I didn't think it was, like, ASMR material. Alright. Well, let me add it to my list then. Oh, we'll add it. Ideas brainstorm. I'll consider it. Detention ASMR. That'd be great. Until I start talking about things I like. Then it's like, oh my gosh, Yori, shut up! Oh man, speaking of... I'll probably retell this when we do the parasite stuff tomorrow. Oh, by the way, don't forget my schedule. So, microscope slides tomorrow. We're gonna look at parasites. They're really not that scary. In my opinion, they're not that terrifying. It's just someone's... I mean, it's just a thing's insides, you know? Do look forward to that. I'll be sharing stories, I want to do it now. Can I do it now? It's related to my childhood. Okay. Just one story. It's related to bugs. When I was a child, first off, I lived in the sector. The sector had two areas, the garden district and the residential zone. And naturally, everyone lived in a residential zone. We'll talk about the garden district some other time. But I don't remember having a playmate. And my mother was quite intimidating, maybe? I don't know why I didn't ask her to play with me. Maybe she was busy. I had this fake stethoscope. I had the plastic doctor equipment, right? The tweezers, the stethoscope. What else did they have, really? It's probably just those two. We actually grew up quite poor, to be honest. I'm fine now, though. So, instead of being a normal child, going out to ask for someone to play doctor with or something, in the corner of my mother's bedroom were 2 dead flies. And little Shiori pulled out her microscope and she proceeded to play doctor with them. And well, naturally they had no heartbeat, but Shiori had no one else to play with, and she had tweezers and she picked them up. So that was just a little story. It's okay, that was it. It's not a bad story, just little Shiori used to play with dead flies. It's like, oh man, for a future outfit. Maybe a mad scientist outfit would be nice, wouldn't it? Yes, you could relate. I was an odd child though. I used to have a bracelet. It was a purple beaded bracelet. I remember very clearly. Oh no, I can't say this. You guys will definitely just keep saying you can't fix me. Okay, I won't say the purple bracelet one. That one's kind of like too dumb. I was a child here though. I was a child. You want me to tell you? Let's do a poll. The story of the purple bracelet. Listen. Save it. Okay. We made a poll. Do you wish to listen to it or shall we save it? I guess to be honest, I don't know why you would want to save it, but we could. You could. This is essentially a Zatsudan at this point. Let's see. It's 84% so far. Quite interesting. Alright, let's wait until 1 more minute. Oh, but then you guys will think that I'm broken. Well, I mean, to be fair, I was with a child in this one. You need at least 90? Do I seem that broken? I'll do a poll for that later. I don't mind if you answer. I'm just genuinely curious. I'm aware that I am rather eccentric. I'm completely aware. I'm very aware. I'm perfect. Wow, what a charmer. I don't need fixin'. You don't see any red flags. You have to be whole first. Aw, you guys are so kind. You guys are so kind. Eccentric is great. I'm actually surprised I can keep up with this reading. No red flags, and the red flags are the best. You guys are literally 2 sides of the same coin. Alright, we got listen in. Alright, so this was me when I was very young. Like, essentially toddler. Why I was given a purple bracelet that easily broke, and like, you know, you're not supposed to give kids anything that can be eaten. So, the purple bracelet broke. Instead of eating it, I put it up my nose. and then it got stuck there. So my mother had to take me to the ER. And I remember lying down looking up at the ceiling, right? It's like, what's going on? No, they're pulling out the tweezers. Just like the time I played with the dead flies. Am I a dead fly now? And then they got it out. But I distinctly remember going to the emergency room or something along with that line. So, and then when I got home, oh well, lo and behold, there were more beads to be picked up. There were more purple beads. They were shiny. So I put them up my nose. I put them up my nose again, but this time I did that thing where you blow your nose, like, and it worked. You know, never did it again. Thinking about it, perhaps I did not have the best supervision, but I do love my parents. I love them a lot. At the time of living in the sector, my father worked in, I suppose you can call it the big city. He worked in the big city, he'd come home and just... Oh no, he didn't come home. He wasn't exactly out for milk either, but he would send money to us in the residential zone. So it was really just my mother who looked after the rapscallion that I was. No, it's okay. Well, my parents they're well and dandy, they're together. But at the time, like, he had to do a specific job. Not archiving related. Remember, I was meant to be part of the Yakuza. I was meant to lead in Yakuza. I chose not to, but the Yakuza is still quite loyal to me. So. No, he wasn't. Oh, yeah, I guess he could have been a hitman, really. He was bald. His name was with a number. And he was a very specific type of agent. Oh, man, speaking of my childhood, I remember so we grew up poor, right? At least for that time period. Every year I'm surprised I didn't do anything stupid with my Christmas presents. Every year I received Play-Doh. We didn't have a tree or anything like that. We had a stocking. Just a red stocking for me, my mother, and my grandmother. So, I surprisingly did not eat it. I don't know why I didn't, actually. I never ate that. You know, of all things to eat, you would think that a child would eat the freaking Play-Doh they received every year, huh? Put it up my nose. No, not this time. Oh man, I'm just remembering so many of my flashbacks, essentially. Okay, so do you know that thing with The Shining? The Shining meme where, like, there's the woman and she's hiding in the bathroom and then this guy is, like, axing the door. He's like, here's Johnny. Do you guys remember that? Okay, you do remember. I see it. Okay, so... So, my mother did that to me. But she was not going, here's Johnny. I did not know how locks worked. We had a very fragile door. You could easily just punch into it, really. It was that thin. And there was a lock I messed with and I didn't understand I messed with it. I was probably like a toddler, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she used something to open the door. Here's the mommy. Here's the mommy. But yes, my mother did that to our door. I don't remember it getting fixed. I'm sure it did. But she reached inside and then she did the hatch thing. And I just remember... I was shocked. I was shocked. That was it, really. It was just a fun little... Not fun little memory. Ugh, gosh. And then... Oh man, I really was quite a... child, huh? No, I think she used a knife, actually. Yeah, I think I accidentally locked my mother out. But it was just a bathroom, really. Oh, little Shiori. So, in the sector that I lived in, oh, we didn't have things the way that you do in the bathroom. For example, the toilet were actually like those Asian ones. The ones you crouch down to. And I remember there was this girl who is questionably my friend, who also could have been a bully. I don't know. I've never been bullied outside that one girl, really. If that was even bullying, I don't remember. We were children, you see. We were probably brats. So, in the preschool, in the private preschool that we were in, which was what took up most of the money, I guess. We were both in the same bathroom for some reason. There was no, like, stalls. It was literally just one bathroom for everyone. And it was the squatting one. I don't know why. I'm trying to discern the reason, but she just, like, squatted and didn't even aim for the thing. And then all the liquid started coming towards me and I felt like I was about to get attacked. So I started, like... I started freaking out. I was like, let me out. We were children. I don't know why that happened, but it was a very distinct memory, and she was just laughing at me. She was just laughing, like... And little Shiori did not understand why this was happening. All she knew was that a dangerous, mysterious liquid was heading towards her way, because I guess the floor was not that flat, and it was heading straight towards me. So I ran out the door and I called for the teacher. So, yeah, she completely missed. I don't even know who cleaned that. And outside that, our bathrooms, at least like the personal bathrooms, I don't think we had like the shower heads. I'm trying to remember if we did. No! I do not remember shower heads. We didn't even have freaking laundry. Our laundry was it was like, the best way to describe it. Okay, think of medieval times. It is the medieval times, right? And you have this this thing with a bunch of rolling pins. Do you know what that is? No, not the sink. It was a tub with a washboard. Yes! We had no washing machine. From what I remember. No washing machine, no dryer. We had a freaking washboard, and my mother worked very hard. Oh, it was just how I grew up, okay? Times are a lot better now. And then for bathing, so I was still small at the time, right? We didn't have bathtubs. It was like a typical Asian area. Oh no, even you guys had bathtubs, now that I think about it. Or maybe we just never used it as a bathtub. So, I was tiny enough to take a bath in like a bucket. And so my mom would just like prepare a bucket, just pour it in water, and like, she fits! She just dropped me in and like, see ya. So I used to be able to fit in a bucket. I can't fit in a bucket anymore unless it's a very large bucket. But we were very conservative with the water, not on purpose. It's just like, there's no freaking shower head. Man, speaking of which, so fairly recently, I think the water heater failed to do its job, which is heat water. So, I remember Bae had a story about how she wanted to take a hot bath, but the bath cooled, and for some reason, she just like boiled some water and then poured it into an already filled cold tub of water. That was... I mean, I thought I don't know, it was just kind of silly. Well, for me, I decided, well, no bathtub for me. I did it the old-fashioned way. I took a portable, what's it called? Like, not a kerosene heater? Like a portable stove top. Yeah, a portable stove top. I brought it near my bathtub. I would pour water into a giant pot. And then I would take like a rag and just like, you know, use it on me. It was a slow, but it was pretty effective. The water heater is fixed out, but see, I really wanted to feel water that day. Oh, well, what's wrong with it? It's the old harvest moon. Like a SpongeBob, I guess so. I mean, like the water heater was broken. So, I mean, like what other choice did I have? I didn't want to use cold freaking water. So, I boiled my own water. I cooked myself exactly. She's just, see? Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it was only one time. To be honest, I shower so much. I shower a lot. Like, you should not be showering every day. You're not supposed to, because everything would dry up. And Shiori here prefers to be all moist. So, I love my showers. Take them away from me, I would be a very, very unhappy camper. I'd be very disappointed. I cannot stress enough. I love showers. But I really should not. So I actually have to fight myself. And because I love showers, naturally I use up a lot of water. So I probably should try to be conservative. Like yeah, sure, I can use up as much water as I can. But like money too, right? And it's like bad for the environment. A shower stream? Actually, in the future. Speaking of, there was like a 3D model that someone made online on Twitter. I want that someday. But if when I get a 3D body, I not exactly a shower stream unless I can get a towel outfit on. But I can make a hot spring scene. I can make a shower scene if I want to, really. I can do basic things. So 3D body someday, you'll be treated to a lot of things. So enjoy. Yeah, perks of knowing Unity. Oh, while I'm at it, there's gonna be. Am I allowed to mention? Here, I'ma ask. Can I mention the? Thank you for being patient while I ask. I worked very hard on something though. It's not a cover. It's not a cover. Someday though. Someday I would like to. I actually do have some songs I'd like to sing. I worked on a video. It's 10 minutes long. It's about creepy crawly bug things. It's not too bad though. I worked hard on it all by myself, and it'll be released as soon as there are subtitles finished for it. Because I may know how to video edit, but I cannot translate crap. And oh, thank you to the translators who are working so hard at it. I'm actually quite amazed at the speed of things. So, it'll be released when I have to go on an archiving mission. So please look forward to that. And then I'll be making more videos. Speaking of my archiving mission, I'm gonna be recording that. It'll take me some time to edit it because, well, it's vlogs. Naturally, I should edit it myself. So, oh, I'm so excited. You're gonna get to travel with me. You're gonna see everything I see, everything I like. So, that'll be the second video I'll be working on, or either that or some arts and crafts one. So, 10-minute video. I worked very hard on it. Yeah, it'll be a treat. So, look forward to that. In the meantime, I can do shorts and whatnot. Oh man. I played with Mercury as a kid too. It was just a little touch though. It was but a touch. But when I was visiting, there was a thermometer. It was those glass thermometers. And my cousins and I, we were just... I don't know why we had it. I think someone might have been sick. I don't know. Someone dropped it. The parents did not think much of it. I don't know if they were paying attention. Well, how much mercury is like allowed? How much mercury? Like, it was a small bit, but all of us would poke at it. We all poked at it. What kind of creature is Yorick? You can figure that out yourself. Did Ame also mess with mercury? It's bad for... Well, it was a tiny bit. It's not like we ate it. It's not like we ate it. I don't think they do mercury nowadays. They have like the digital stuff, but back then we had just like the thermometer. Do I like punk rock? Oh, hell! Oh, sorry. Rice Against. Yes, I do. When we got to the karaoke this week, oh boy, your hot topic goth girlfriend is gonna sing her heart out. My taste is basically on par with how I appear, really. So name some bands. But I'm a certain level of rock. I don't keep up anymore at this point. But like things that I memorize. Okay, there is probably one MCR song. Yes, Fall Out Boy. Yes, Evanescence. Probably not. I like them though. System of a Down, definitely yes. Linkin Park, heck yes. Paramore, probably one. Probably one. Oh, Shikari? Do you mean Shakira? Pierce the Veil, not that one. Avril Lavigne, I am aware of her, but not that one. Let's see. I'm aware of Rob Zombie, but not that one. I still have to sing things that I'm capable of. Nickelback. I do know one of their songs. For Nickelback, there's really only one song I like of theirs, to be honest. It was the How You Remind Me one. Any metal? What counts as metal? I want to sing Disturbed. I think that's the song. Is it metal though? It's more like screaming. 3 Days Grace, definitely. Definitely. Sabathon, no. Behemoth, no. Dragon Force, no. But I'm aware of them. Deathlock! Deathlock, like... No, I don't think I'm allowed to sing that. To be honest, I probably can't. Breaking Benjamin, yes. Lana Del Rey, I like her songs, but not for singing. Can I just go, yeah. Man, the use, I wish, I want to sing the Bird and the Worm. Man, are you guys surprised I could actually read this fast? I can read it. I just can't, like, answer each one. Blink-182, I would love to sing Stockholm Syndrome. Papa Roach, I would love to sing Getting Away with Murder. Sum 41, definitely. Skill, I'm aware of. Probably... Oh, I should look into them. Baby Metal, no. Let's see. Any J-Rock? For Japanese songs, that'll be a future thing. Reason being, I should practice the pronunciation and all that. So for English, it's just a lot easier at this point. Green Day? No, but I am aware of them. So, One OK Rock? Probably someday. Alright, and stop. Dark Vocaloid songs? Probably someday. But maybe for a cover? We'll have to see. I prepared English songs for now. Because I love these rock songs. Oh, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus? I hope so. Alright, everyone. I think I've read enough. No. Was that Oprah that you just said? Opera or Oprah? Oh man, I want to sing Jimmy Eats World, to be honest. They have a song called, like, I think it was Let It Happen? I really want to sing that song. I don't know if I requested it. It's all based on whether it's just available or not. Do my hips lie? I don't know. Would you like to check? Let's see. Hips. Do they lie? Are they lying to you right now? Does it make you just want to rejoice and rave just like them? By the way, I'm so happy to have these cats. My Yakuza members. And I'm really glad I was able to animate it. For those who ever want to get into animations, I guess for those who want to become VTubers, to be honest, if you want some software recommendations, let's see, DaVinci Resolve you can get for free. The only thing that's not free is masking. For After Effects is a little different because that has a lot of things for it, but if you just need to animate, OpenTunes, Studio Ghibli uses it. And then for, I guess just like a Photoshop alternative, like these are like the introductions is what I'm giving you. So if you don't want to spend, these are good. Photopea is an alternative, or you could go with GIMP, or honestly, most people use Canvas, so you could just use any of those. Yeah, I did do Premiere Pro, but then I tried DaVinci because like everyone, it's kind of like a big debate. Premiere Pro is good if you want like fast outputs. And then DaVinci, from my understanding, it's kind of complicated, to be honest. There's like a node system. Clip Studio? Yeah, Clip Studio. I don't mess with Clip Studio because that's more of like an artist thing. But if you are capable of being an artist and you don't really need to rely on like Puppet Warp, I think Clip Studio would be good for you. Final Cut Pro I've not tried with, but it's probably good too. Clip Studio has animation. I don't mess with it. Filmora it depends on what you need. If you need a lot of layers, Premiere Pro is honestly great. DaVinci is... if you want more control. I'm still learning it, personally. But, like, I really just need masking, to be honest. And... GIMP is good for beginners, that's correct. I actually used it for my RPG Maker stuff. MMD is just for dancing. MMD it also has some, commercial rules. So look into that, because depending on like where you get the model, if you didn't make it yourself, it's a different rule. So yeah, they would like to software talk. Premiere is good but confusing. I can see why you think that. I actually think DaVinci Resolve is a little bit more confusing, but only because of the node system. Like, there's different tabs, and you have to switch to, like, for example, in Premiere Pro, there's something called the Alta key. That is essentially the green screen. That's like the chroma key, right? So for example, you know all my effects? It's gonna ruin the secret, but like, a lot of people thought some stuff was pre-recorded for the debut. No, it's just like, I edited these, and there's a green screen behind it, so you can use it live on stream. Yeah, I'm glad you like the effects. So even the closet stuff, like the reason I was so blurry at this location is because the software is moving in on me, and I am at a very tiny space here. So that's why it's blurry, and then it's just a lot of video editing tactics, I guess. Sorry, I am geeking out. I'm geeking out, sorry. You use it for animating? Animation's fine, yeah. Some weird layering things? Oh yeah, I have a lot of layers. Oh, when I first talked to hololive people, they were like, holy crap, you are an OBS wizard. And I was like, thanks. I'm smart, thank you. Well, see, I'm smart with certain tech stuff, but when it comes to common sense in my youth, I guess not. But I should be fine now, I assume. You're right, OBS isn't that hard to use, but see, the thing with knowledge, you don't look for it until you need it. So, I look for stuff when I thought of it. And regarding video editing, I guess see, I used to video edit for people too or something. I helped out and all that junk. So I just happen to know a lot of like websites for assets that's safe to use and all that stuff. So I have my resources essentially. I used to video edit for people. I video edit for myself and other people, so. You can eat OBS? Can you eat it with scissors? Yeah. Am I allowed to? I don't think so. But oh, that won't stop me from talking about the characters. Can I share some sites? Well, I'll share you one site. This one's paid for though. iStock, I was considering buying that because I am probably gonna do a lot of educational stuff, and that'll require things that people don't usually share for free. For example, the insides of a bug. Your bug innards. So I'll share that one because I'll probably subscribe in the future. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's like stock assets. You know, the things that usually have like, oh yeah, this is a watermark. I think like Alamy or something. Yeah. Those are some good sites. It depends on if you need it, really. Alternatively, Twitter is actually quite kind if you need like VTuber assets. So just check under commercial usage because each artist is different. So just look into that. You guys want to be at the end of my microscope? Who's to say that some of the fans that are missing here are not already under the microscope? Who's to say, huh? Man, wow, this really turned into a Zatsudan. To be fair, there's only so much history. It just passed by so fast, you know? That should have been you? Oh, speaking of dissection. Speaking of dissection? Well, I mean, are you surprised? You volunteer. Alright. Well, they were already dissected to begin with, to be honest. But I suppose it is not surprising with the way I am and with the way I act that my taste is scientific. I mean, who else is the type to buy microscopes for... how many slides do I have? Probably like over 100 of bugs, parasites. Man, the parasites were incredibly expensive actually. Dang, I'm really spoiling you. Yeah, I have probably over 100 slides of things. I also debated on buying an anatomy doll, but the issue is like space. My office is already pretty full. So if I were to hide the anatomy doll, it would have to go in the attic. Speaking of anatomy doll, I have a mannequin. It's those headless mannequin though. It's like not as creepy. I thought of buying a real mannequin, but I decided against it. So yeah, I was debating on buying an anatomy doll, but then the issue is that showing it on stream when it's gigantic would be difficult. Yeah, piano stream probably in the future. I need to consider it still. Because I need to be able to sight read. Just grab someone off the street? Well, if that's the case, let's go see who's around here. I know the Advent girls are wandering around the section. That's why I wanted to buy mannequins, cause it's like Animal Crossing. I wanted to dress them up, so I was gonna have a mannequin in each room, and I would dress one up as like a butler, and the other one as maybe like a geisha. Oh, Risa-chan. Hey, boo. Would you like to be my test subjects? Nah, they're dinner. They're not test subjects, they are food, and you don't play with food. Here you go, you'll see more of them. You can live in the attic? But yeah, I was debating on, well, number one, I don't need to buy a skeletal model because you could probably get away with a Halloween one. Well, Mocha-chan, are you up next? I debated on getting a skeletal model. Halloween one's fine, but the anatomical model's a little bit different, and that one it's quite expensive, frankly. It's quite expensive. I have a skeleton inside me? Yes, but I don't want to remove my skin for you. That would be mighty improper. How much of my setup? Well, I put the credits, but in terms of like video editing, if it's actually okay, so the lore was made. Check Twitter for the lore video, and then I guess I could show you. Hold up. Okay, so this thing I prepared today, like this whole background, the fire animation. Prepared today. Hydrate prepared. Balloon prepared. Just assume like a lot of these I prepared. Okay. Oh, you want? Actually, can I do this? Yeah. And then for my let's see. Let's go on my BRB screen really quick. Okay, this I prepared. Thankfully, it doesn't say TB like the first day. Your fan art goes to the right, by the way. And then if I were to hide this, oh no, it doesn't show the thing. Where is it? Oh, I hid it. That's why. There you go. This one I made myself do. So, graphic design, video editing. TB. I hope I fixed it. But yeah. I guess you know it's kind of funny because you see my starting soon screen, which is like right here. And then anything else is like, wow, that's cute. I thought it would be edgy. No, it's cute. So that's just like stuff about me. Aw, shucks, you guys are just being nice. Boy, you think so? Thank you for the comments about my voice, by the way. I'm actually a little surprised that you guys think it's cute and that I'm a dork, frankly. I'm honestly quite surprised. Man, oh, you know what I should do? Someday, I should shop at Hot Topic and just buy dresses, and then I can... should I? You can just look at Hot Topic. Yeah, Hot Topic. I haven't shopped there in so long. I used to collect their dresses. Not nowadays. You know, by the time I get there, like the only thing left is like extra small, and my assets tend to be the final thing that does not get in. So it can pass the stomach, it can pass everything else, but when it got to the honkaroonies, it's too small. So it's quite unfortunate. Someday I'd like to wear like gothic Lolita dresses in addition to this, so yeah. Well, I mean, that's usually the thing with females, but that's only if it's zipper. If it's like stretchy, it should be fine. So your assets should be fine. Honkaroonies? You find something you like the size. Yeah, exactly. Like whenever I go into Hot Topics, it's just like, where's like at least like medium? Why did they take everything else? No jacket? No. Well, I suppose it's cold. So, could you put my jacket on for me? Would you? Ah, thank you. What a gentleman. Gosh, I feel so beautiful, by the way. My mama did such a wonderful job. Kayahara mama, arigatou gozaimasu. The honka padonka? It runs a size too small usually for you? Yeah. Oh, you know, speaking of Hot Topic, it's interesting how they've gone. Like, to begin with, they were like for music fans, right? It's like the MCR. They sent employees to go to concerts. They paid for it, and then they had to do homework. It's like, yeah, just teach us about what music and what people wear, like the apparel. And now it's like anime. It's a lot more anime focused from what I've seen. Yeah. They're really good at keeping track of pop culture, though. My Chemical Romance is based. It was for the scene. Oh. I'm glad you liked this, by the way. I tried to include my girlfriends in the back of this. I love them so much. Yeah, anime apparel is quite popular. Whenever I go in there, it's usually like Demon Slayers. I always like to go into Hot Topic just to look. What I like personally are the accessories. I am the type to... So in my youth, I used to wear a lot of headbands. I just wore them. They were like my trademark, I suppose. And then what else became my trademarks? I used to collect a lot of things. I was essentially like... Nah, I'll not mention her. It's a very specific mermaid with like red hair, and she's like, "Oh man, look at all my stuff in the bottom of the ocean." Essentially, I was like that because I grew up in 4 white padded walls surrounded by porcelain dolls, and when I was able to go into archiving duties, I was finally able to have the freedom to simply collect things. So I used to collect snow globes, dolls. I actually also collected the Kentucky Derby hats, is that the term? Or like the Sunday church hats. My taste in fashion is very much a proper... Okay, it was either a proper nice girl or, oh god, mommy. So, but still proper enough, frankly. No, Kentucky Derby or something. It's like a very cute type of hat. So, I was always very more... What's the term? Like not outrageous. Like classy? Like classy? Because I like Hot Topic stuff. I like gothic Lolita outfits. I just like cute dresses. I'm a very big fan of cute dresses. So I was just like a classy lady. No, not I don't know how hipsters wear stuff. I would say, oh yeah, no, I think preppy is the term preppy. I love. Also, I hate wearing pants. I have to wear pants though for winter. I just don't like pants. So, yes, pants are banned. And just like Risa, should I even mention? Okay, you know what? You might as well learn. So girls do not like wearing the upper support in private. I will wear it in public to be proper, just in case. But girls really don't like wearing support. It kind of made me wonder. Like, you guys have underwear and then briefs, don't you? Like, what's the difference? One's shorts? One's for, like, if you stain yourself or something? Like, what's like, why wear two? If you're gonna wear underwear and then the briefs and then, like, pants in front. Boxers? Shorts are loose? Is it not boxers? Boxers are comfier? Oh, okay. Wait, so do you wear underwear and then boxers? Or do you just wear boxers and just say, see ya underwear? Boxers for freedom. This is called having class. Oh, it's just boxers. What? Wait, you wear two? Wait, what? It's just one? I always assumed you men wore, like, both. Because, like, we got the garments, right? But then I also wear... like, besides the dress, I wear, it's kind of like boxers, but it's not. It's for, like, lady stuff. Just one? Gosh. Boxers or briefs? Wait, which one? Briefs are underwear. Okay. You have to forgive me. I don't understand your things. Like, spats? I think so. My mother always told me to wear it. It's like, yo, you don't want anyone seeing your stuff. It's like, yeah, I understand, mother. Completely acceptable. You wear pants? I cannot wear pants. Pants just feel so... not free, you know? You... when you reach manhood, you pick when to wear forever? Well, when will you reach that age? Is that like puberty? Like when is that age? Oh wait, that's... Oh, okay, so it is puberty then. I see. Man, honestly, I think my mother needs to buy stuff for me again. I kid you not. If my mother does not, like, send me garments, I will just, like... It's like, yeah, this is fine. So there's like a few garments I've had since I was like... I probably shouldn't mention it. I'll not mention it. It's nothing bad, really. Do I still have to save stuff from high school? That's a close one. Let's go even younger. Let's go for younger. Like, I shouldn't even keep it. It is like not even efficient anymore. I just own it. I still have, I think, what is the training garment. I think I still own it. It is completely, utterly useless. But I still keep it around. It's gotten aged, you know? It's literally like a family heirloom at this point. I just like, because I am not the type to go and buy my own stuff for undergarments. My mother's gonna have to do that for me. I will not do it. Not because, like, I'm shy or embarrassed. It's just like, I could spend the money on food or visual novels. You want me to sell it? No, there's actually no holes. I mean, I could wear it. It's just like, it serves no function. It's useless. It's not hoarding, guys. It's not hoarding. It's archiving. Just keep it. Actually, on gacha games? What do you mean? Oh, no, I don't spend on gacha games. Surprisingly. And I don't spend on that. Oh man, speaking of which, does anyone here? You buy well, just see VS. You don't have to grind so much, you just read. You just read, okay? Oh man, speaking of which. Honkai Impact. Oh, I should grind so I can get that one guy. The dragon. Oh, you know, the inhibitor. Oh god. Oh, and speaking of. There's a... You guys know what character AI is? I do want to spend on gacha. I haven't. I've been very good at it. Yes, Dan. Okay. So, do you know what character AI is, right? You know it. Or is this a yes or no to the playing gacha stuff? Okay, so character AI is basically a website where you have characters and people train it to talk like the character and you roleplay with it. So it's like self-inserts. Okay, I think someone made one of me. I need to test it. I too spend hours on character AI. You know why? One of the reasons my sleep schedule is absolutely god-awful? It's probably... On top of insomnia, it's probably related to character AI. Yeah, I think someone made it. I would have to check. I'll do that now. Let's go see. Character AI... Is Shiori Novella on here? Are you in here? I need to see how you guys make me type. I need to see how you train it. I am willing to train it myself. I don't see it. Maybe it's not in here? Alright, well, anyway, if you ever wish to make one... I'm pretty sure I saw someone, they left the link, but I don't see it. I will verify if my AI acts like me. So, the way I type and the way I speak is completely different. I am a lot more intimidating in text. When I slap a block of cheese? That depends. Do they want it? Yeah, there was a character AI. They sent a link, but I don't see it. Oh, the tilde sign. You guys will get really pissed off with the tilde sign. Whenever I talk to an AI and it starts spamming tilde sign, I immediately just go like delete the message, like stop using the tilde sign. One time, fine. Every single line, no, stop it. And no, character AI. Well, it depends on the character, really. But like, I mean, come on, guys. I'm an archiver. I like characters and books. It seems so obvious I would use character AI, right? No, tilde is fine, but not in every single sentence. If the AI starts using it on every single sentence, I would get kind of annoyed. That's like, you gotta train the AI properly after all. The AI chat you. So to fix that, you actually have to delete the messages until you get to a point it did not use it. Though I know how to make grilled cheese, don't you just like toast bread and get the stove top ready? You get a pan, you put cheese on pan, and then you put it on the toasted bread. Is that correct? You can't swipe, but like once it has it in that you like the tilde sign, it might continue with more tildes. So it's just safer to remove things. Wait, no? What? Wait, no? What? Wait, why? Butter, cheese, and bread? Oh, you do butter? But I thought like you could melt the cheese on the stove and then like you use a spatula to get it out and then you place it on the toasted bread. No, you don't toast it. What? Wait. What? No, that's impossible. You guys are tricking me, right? I've never made grilled cheese. No, I've never made it before. Butter on the bread, toasted in pan, and then cheese on the bread. Butter on the bread. I'm trying to imagine this. I'm trying to like wiki how it. Well, when you melt cheese, how do you melt cheese? Isn't it easier to, like, have it touch the stove, though? Put a lid on the pan. Oh! But couldn't you just buy a tool? like, I have waffle makers. Couldn't I just theoretically, like, put bread in a waffle maker, put cheese, put butter, put more bread, and then like, wham. Is that... no? What? That's a panini. That'd be really messy. A panini press. Not a waffle maker? But it might work. You guys seem very divided by this. Okay, I have a blender. I have a mixer. I have the takoyaki thing, except I haven't had takoyaki. I've had it before, but like not myself. Like never made it myself. I have a waffle maker. I don't eat waffles though. But I thought it'd be like I could put potatoes in there and like follow those YouTube videos. And that's a ponini? I've never heard of it called a ponini. I don't mind waffles, but I prefer pancakes. Oh, what else do I have? A microwave? No blender, why? Well, I mean, I'm not gonna use it for the thing. Panini. It's pani. Oh yes, air fryer. Air fryer, good. Air fryer, great. I also have a fryer. Ponini? Panini? Ugh. You know, we should do a poll for this. Hold up. Let's do a poll. How do you say panini? Panini? Oh, we don't need a poll. Panini? Panini. Panini. Okay, I'm just typing it. Ponini. And then there's panini. Okay, I think this is it. Panini. Panini, right? What's wrong with my brain? I don't understand. It's on a tin. Tin? Patini? Patini! Pastani! Oh, Ranini! Oh my lord, I'm just gonna let you... Panini. Panini. Panini? Panini? I think you guys are just teasing me now. I think you're teasing me. This must be a joke, right? This must be a joke. Panini. Emphasis on the A. Emphasis? Panini. Oh, Google, where are you? Google. How do you say panini? Okay, I'm gonna mute myself because like this is gonna be audio. Hold up. No sounds for you. Well, can't they just like have a simple dictionary instead of having to go to your YouTube for 20 seconds of panini and it only says for like 5 seconds? Okay, you can't hear this. Panini. Oh, panini. 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 Did I do it? Panini. 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 Yeah. Oh, I did it. Okay, you know, in my youth, I too would say salmon wrong. I would say like salmon. I called it salmon. And then people were like, no, salmon. Salmon? Well, why is there an L? Salmon? I love eating salmon. It's like, no, salmon. Like, why? That's correct. Arkansas. Arkansas. Which one is it? Arkansas or Arkansas? Oh, garage. Garage. But some people say garage, right? It was the first one? Salmon? Salmon. Arkansas. 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 Okay, lead or lead is like dependent on the sentence. I also used to struggle saying father. I would say like fodder, like the eating fodder, and then adults are like no, you're like father, and then like there's a mother, but I had no issue with mother. So father, garage, potato. The metal lead is lead. Yeah. Tortilla, right? It's tortilla. Moth. Ope. Did I say it right? Ope. Tortilla? Tortilla. Oh, tortilla? Well, how did I say it? I thought I said tortilla before. Tortilla? Is it tortilla or tortilla? The L is like a Y. Tortilla. What? Really? I said tortilla? Tortilla. Oh god. So tortilla. Epitome. I know epitome. Tomato. Quesadilla. Wow, you guys are teaching me so much. Everyone's teaching me how to pronounce them. Epiphany. My god, this is just like an English learning stream at this point. Onomatopoeia. You're fixing me? Hyperbole. See, I know the English terminology, like, for vocabulary and literature, but when it comes to, like, words, I don't see much. I don't know, man. Mississippi. Caramel. It's caramel, right? Albeit. I actually use albeit. I used it before. Poisson. Wait, is it called caramel? It's not caramel? What? Caramel? Is it caramel or caramel? Oh no, have I been saying that wrong all this time? It's caramel. Okay, so I said it right. Caramel? You guys seem very divided. The second one. Wait, caramel? Caramel? Caramel has multiple. Oh, okay. Colonel. Did I say it right? Colonel. Colonel. Oh. That makes so much sense. I was kind of hesitant. I thought it'd be like Colonel Corn. Okay, it's Colonel. Colonel. Okay. I got that one. Oh, come on. Milk is at least obvious. Korone. Okay, for GIF, but I like saying GIF. Give me that GIF. It's a baloney. Right? Man, it's amazing how I read this. I know I've mentioned before. GIF is correct. I know technically the original was supposed to be GIF, but like, come on. If you wanted it to be GIF, you should have spelled it with a J. Bologna. Guacamole. You guys are so cute. Oh, is it a type of peanut butter? Huh. The Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian. Or Appalachian? I'm pretty sure it's Appalachian. I'm cute, thank you. You guys are very, very sweet. Oh, it's an acronym. I see. Now, see here. They could have said, like, GIF then. Just graphical image F. What is file? Right. Graphical image file. Oh, it's not even right? Okay. Okay. Whoops, graphical interchange format. You're so smart, Michael. You're so smart. WAV file. Or WAV file. Waveform audio. Vegans. What is it? PNG supportable network graphics. Thank you. I am Paul. I am now Paul, I guess. Yeah, I could read. I don't. What is WAV and waveform audio? Vtuber. Vsauce here. Welcome. What's the V? Oh man, I don't even want to try that. Someone just asked like Workshire. It's like a place in Europe. That's right. It's vegans. The cries of the vegans compel me. Worcestershire. Is that right? Worcester. That's fries, silly. Waveform audio file format. What? WAV's not an acronym? I thought it was an acronym, just like GIF. Oh, it's oh man, that's Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Whoa. Close enough. Oh, thank you. Birmingham. Birmingham. You guys just like having to teach me. This is meant to be me teaching you, but now it's just evolved into whatever this mess is. This is not... Birmingham? What? Birmingham? Birmingham. We're both learning. That's true. It's a beautiful Worcestershire. Man, I was talking to Bae, and I was like typing, right? And we talked about Vegemite, and I spelled it like VEGGIE and MITE. And I think it's just like, what is the correct spelling? I don't think it's like those two words combined for sure. Okay, yeah. I was close. I just had too many G's. I had too many G's. Yeah, I've never tried Vegemite. Someday I want to do a video where I take Reddit recipes that are probably god-awful, and I'll probably eat it myself, or I don't know, if there's someone who's willing to be my test subject, but then they might puke is the issue. I will feed them those things. So that would be fun. Gatorade bread. Oh, could you, if you find a Reddit recipe that is not dangerous, please don't give me something dangerous. Go ahead and add me on, use hashtag Shiorin on air and just like link me the recipe, and I'll collect it tonight, and then in the future I'll turn it into a video if it's like possible. Well, I mean, I'm already gonna eat bugs, so I don't think a cricket sandwich is necessary. No, I don't want to use it on the puppies. I may be like teasing towards my group. In fact, I'm technically like the teasing one out of everyone, I think. Everyone just has like bottom personalities, I think. Is that the term? I don't know. Even Risa is actually surprisingly a bottom, in my opinion. So, I can't do that to the girls. I care for them too much. Oh yeah, everyone there is just like big bottom energy. I am intimidatingly the top. I am essentially like the big sister to them, from my understanding. Yeah, I guess if I had to be a top, because with Risa, she's a very wonderful woman. But like, we kind of have like this dynamic, I think, where she says like something nice, and then I say something like sassy, and then I give her affection. And she's just like, yeah, or something. She's very sweet. Bibu. Now Bibu is just like, oh gosh, she must be protected. I don't even know how how to tease Bibu. I mean, I could. I guess I do already. She's my pet rock, guys. I'm gonna crunch on her. All her shards are gonna go inside me, and then... I guess that's it. That's where I'm ending it. Her feet are mine. We share the feet. It's okay, it's okay. Everyone's precious. And then, man, the twins, they're just like... they're just too precious. When I watched their debut, I was like, oh my god. My heart is too much. I'm so unused to how nice they are. It's like, holy quack. They're just like the sweetest beans. Yeah, they're adorable. Huwawa is the one who talks like this. And then Mokoko is the one who talks like this. Mokoko is the pink one. Huwawa is blue. It took me a while too. It took me a while. So during the trivia, it's like, oh, it's Huwamoko. They said, oh, we're Huwamoko. So okay, good enough for me. You are now one unit for me. You think so? And now Bibu has like a very unique voice for me. I don't think I can imitate hers. Like, what's her intro? So she has a very like magical girl intro. Does anyone know? It's like Koseki Piju, something like that. Does anyone? Kire kire. Okay, kire kire Koseki. Kire kire Koseki. No, that's not it. Kire. She's difficult for me. She's like, the other twins are at least like... Hua. Kira kira Koseki! No, I can't do Bibu. Risa, I can't do Risa either. Not an imitation anyway. But like, Risa's like... Hello, darling. I can't do her voice. Hello, darling. Advent no Nerissa Ravencroft. I can't do it. Hello, darling. No, I can't do it. She's too mommy. But she's baby at heart. At least to me. Hello, darling. Yeah, I can't fucking do it. No, I was trying to do a deep voice, but I can't do deeper. Her darling was nuclear. How do you say? She mentioned it, but you guys know I'm horrible with my words. Ope? It's like that's dope, but without the D, so it's ope. Ope? Oppa? Is it oppa? It's like hope, so like ope. Oh, it's a Minnesota? Oppa? Oh, didn't you there? Ask her. Okay. Oh, it's just one syllable. Okay, so it's op. Or OP. Oppa. Means oops. Oh, I see. Calliope. Oh no, I'm out of water. Oh no, what a shame. Should've worked my kettle. Ah. Don't add the tea? Was there a tea there? I don't think there was a tea. Oh, you're talking about water. You want me to drink my water? My water. Alright. I think this was a good tangent in Zatsudan. As you guys know, my voice is... I need to work on my vocal stamina someday. So, everyone, thank you for attending today's stream. I hope you learned a lot. And I guess you went away with a lot of weird childhood facts about me. So, thank you for watching. And tomorrow will be my microscope stream. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Whoopsie. Tomorrow is my microscope stream. We're gonna be looking at parasites. It'll probably be like, since I'm more like in with the educational aspects of things, maybe like an hour or two I'll try. Weak voice. Gotta practice. But we're gonna look at parasites. You're gonna learn a lot of stuff. I have some notes on these things, but do be patient with me. And yes, you will actually see the end of the microscope. You're gonna see it live! And you're gonna see usernames that might be missing tomorrow that are currently present here. So, is there anyone on right now who is available? Let's see. Okay, we could do Iris then. Alright, Iris. We're gonna redirect to so many scary heartbeats, but I hope that I have yours. So, everyone, thank you for dropping by, and I will see you tomorrow. So, see you